Welcome back to the vlog. Kato here, and today we're playing in the 1-3 game, $300 buy-in. As you can see, it's 647. I just set my chips down, and the first hand I get is ace-king suited in the big blind. I've bought the button. The under-the-gun player tosses his hand away. We get a call from the middle position player, and the cards are tossed to the dealer around the table. Action gets back to me. It's just heads up versus the limper. But I'm not going to limp. I'm going to throw in 25, make him pay to play. And pay to play he does. He takes 4 more reds, throws him in the middle, and we're going to a flop. And the flop, I gotta say, is pretty good. I hit my king. It's a safe board. It's a dry board. And I'm going to throw out about a 1/3 pot size bet, make it 20. Hopefully the middle position calls. Maybe he has king, queen, king, jack. That would be perfect. Maybe ace-3 is also a possibility. We want to avoid that. But he makes the call, and we're going to the turn. It's a clean turn. With $93 in the pot, I'm going to start cranking up the heat, try to get an all-in by the river. It's much more likely that he's going to have a king in his range from the early position than a 3, especially with 2 on the board. I make it 65. He does not like the 65 chip bet, but not because it's too big, because for him it's too small. He is stacking out more than 65. You can't see it. It's off the camera to the left, but by golly, it looks like he wants to put me all in. And what would he want to put me all in with here? King, queen, really? King, jack? Definitely a 3. So basically, I have him beat, or he has ace-3 suited. I think I'm not going anywhere. And he ships in 100 on top, 165 to go. I'm not holding a diamond. Maybe he has a king with a diamond draw. Regardless, I'm not sure that I'm winning, but I'm definitely not going to be folding this hand. Let's listen in.
It's my first hand. All right.
End of round. Dealers complete the hands you are on and increase the blinds and limits.
As well.
So you just do the hands you're in, or you?
Oh, yeah, just hands I'm in.
Yeah.
I might have the best hand. I don't know.
For you, or like what? For somebody else? Or like,
No, for a YouTube channel.
Oh shit! So you do a poker?
Poker blog, yeah.
Okay, good shit, bro.
I may be good here. I may not. I don't know.
Of course, the opponent isn't going anywhere. He calls the last 90. We have $600 in the pot, and I'm just praying a diamond doesn't come on the river. And it is a diamond. 3 diamonds on the board. I flip up my hand immediately.
Did you get that diamond? Oh no, that was a heart. So that was diamond and a heart.
You didn't see that one.
Woo.
Nice
No,
hand, bro.
I have a strong hand, but I was nervous when I got raised, you know?
Yeah. Hey, look, you finna get some views with that.
That's
You gonna get some views like, oh shit, he won.
starting off strong.
I didn't see my opponent's hand, but I can pick up from the conversation that he thought the heart on the flop was a diamond. Misread the board. We've all been there. 600 on my stack. This happened last episode. I doubled up early. Let's see if I can have some control this time. And when you look at that, pocket ace is 25 minutes after my last hand. The under-the-gun player limps. The middle position throws in 10. The other middle position player calls action. Folds around to me. And I'm definitely going to be going for a 3-bet. I think a proper size is $50. Don't want to make it too small. And the table tosses their hands like the start of a snowball fight, including the original bettor and the caller. So I'm scooping a very small pot. But, you know, I'd rather scoop $27 than lose 600. I get king 10 offsuit and scoop another small pot. Let me know what you think about the time feature, and if you like it where it is in the bottom left corner. The next hand I pick up is king jack suited. The middle position player calls. The cutoff bumps it up to 12. I think I could play a mixed strategy with king jack suited. It's a pretty hand, but it's not such a great hand. This time I'm going to play it a little more passively with the call. With the table dynamics and my stack size, maybe I should have gone for the 3-bet opportunity, but it doesn't matter now. I get a call in the big blind. The middle position player calls as well. 4 players going to the flop, 48 in the pot, and it comes out a dud, although I do have backdoor spades and 2 overs. It checks all the way around to the original aggressor, and he makes it 15. I don't believe he has this board. He definitely would have gone bigger with an overpair, and I have a lot of ways to catch up. I make the call. The big blind is thinking the same thing. He makes the call as well, and then we get to the middle position player, the player in seat 6, and he immediately grabs some chips. You can just sense the serious energy. He takes another look at his cards. He probably can't believe that he has a 4, or maybe he just doesn't believe any of us have a 4. It's kind of a dangerous proposition. There are 2 blinds in the hand, but he's not afraid whatsoever. Stacks out 55 and puts it in the middle. The original bettor frustratingly lines up like a putter at a disc golf course, tosses his hand away, and I follow suit. We're aiming for the same basket, and that basket's the muck. I'm always trying to find ways to keep this vlog fresh, like the time in the bottom left corner. Please reward me with a like on the video. It just helps the algorithm so much. Thank you so much. The next hand I pick up is pocket deuces in the middle position. I just decide to limp. The low jack comes along, limps as well. The button has other plans. He makes it 20. The big blind makes the call. 20 is a little bit of money, and I maybe should fold here, but not according to Kato GTO. Put on my hard hat. Time to go mining. The player to my left makes the call. And with 81 in this pot is brewing like a witch is doing some stewing. Okay, that was a little dumb, but you know what? I'm leaving it in. The flop comes out, and I hit my bottom set. That is one of the best feelings in poker, especially when it's that darn set of twos, and there's a beautiful king, a beautiful queen on the board, a lot of potential for my opponent to be walking face first into a freshly cleaned closed glass door. I check the action over. Unfortunately, it checks all the way around. We go to the turn, and this one is an action card. Some straights get there, backdoor flushes. I decide to check once again. Surely someone's going to bet, but no. I wanted to check raise, but now look what I've done to myself. We're going to the river with no additional money in the pot. It's a 4, and I'm just kind of upset with myself. I feel like I've wasted 2 rounds to get money in the pot, so I check one more time, hoping someone bets, and a $5 bet gets thrown in. Are you kidding me? And, of course, the original pre-flop bettor wants to call. Like, what are you going to call 5 with that you're not going to put in a continuation bet with? I'm just frustrated at this point, which is kind of deserved by the way that I played the hand. And I'm just going to try to juice a little bit of money out of him. I make it 30. I was going to go 35, but I thought that might even be too much. But 30 is going to be too much as well because both players fold, and I guess I wasn't going to get any value at any point of the hand. I peeked down at pocket 4s in the small blind, 672 in my stack. There's a button straddle on the pot. Action folds to the hijack, who opens it to 20. Action folds to me, and I'm going to see the flop for 20. Why not? I just hit a set. Maybe I'll do it again, but this time get paid off. The button completes. 3-way action to the flop, 63 in the pot, and almost the exact same situation. Bottom set, 2 monster cards on the board. Let's get some money. Surely someone's going to bet. I check the action, but no, it checks all the way around to the turn, and now I have to put some money in. I make it 25. And the hijack decides to come at me with a raise. He makes it 60. This makes no sense. He raised pre-flop, checked the flop. There's an ace on board. Now he's raising me a very small amount. I just can't put him on anything. If he had diamonds, he would have bet the flop. If he had an ace, he would have bet the flop. If he had 2 pair or a set, he probably would have bet the flop because it's really connected. So instead of re-raising, I just make the call. I'm just pretty convinced that he's feels entitled to the pot or something. The river comes out. It's a 3 of diamonds. Not what I wanted, a diamond, but I just don't think he has a diamond. So I'm going to go ahead and check the action to him one more time. I'm assuming that he's going to try to take the pot with a rather large bet, but instead he goes for a very small sizing of $40. This is really interesting to me. Maybe he has like ace 8 and is just going for a value bet, but then why would he raise on the turn? It doesn't make any sense. Maybe this is actually just a bluff, but just not very good and convincing sizing. I can also confirm that he doesn't have a flush, because if he would have hit his diamond on the river like that, he would have been betting way more, trying to get some money out of me. So I'm kind of confused about this whole situation, but he only has about 160 behind, so I decided there's only one thing to do, go for it all. I throw in a chip, all in, baby, all in. And he actually does take a long time thinking about what he wants to do. And so I'm starting to think maybe instead of ace 8, he has like ace 7 suited and hit 2 pair on the turn. The diamond came, scared him a little bit, but he still wanted to go for a little bit of value. Other than that, it's just a pure bluff with a sizing too small on the river versus a hand too good to beat. And he folds. I've done a good job so far protecting my profits that I got up early. Unlike last session, it's always good to be able to make adjustments to your game based off of previous sessions. The next time I get his pocket kings in the small blind. I already had aces today, but everyone folded. Let's see what I can do with the kings. The middle position player limps. The button limps as well. I'm not going to stand for all this limping. I go for a smaller sizing. I only make it 20. The middle position player is the only player that wants to come. He only has about $40 behind. Everyone else folds. And we go to a very connected flop. And I just think might as well get it all in. And my opponent's thinking the same thing because he puts all of his money in, and the turn comes a king. I flip over my hand, but he beats me to it. Jack 10 of diamonds. I had the gut shot straight flush draw, and my king gave him the diamond to win the hand. I'm glad he didn't have very much more money, but it's still painful for your out to come and be a better out for your opponent. 30 minutes pass with no love, $6.99 in my stack, and then something incredible happens. We're in a bomb pot, and 2 people flop the same full house. I've never seen that happen before.
They both think they got it. You guys suck.
I know, both of them were.
I know, they were doing that.
They're like, I raced 15, I raced to 30. I raced to 45.
They were doing the happy feet dance.
They were doing the, I don't want to play this anymore.
Yeah.
This hand.
But I'm going to race 40 more.
I pick up Queen 8 of Hearts, don't flop anything, don't turn anything, but decide to steal the pot anyway, and am successful. So you can see it's 8:35. Time is going to be cruising past. I get a bunch of junk hands that I just fold away. 30 minutes later, I get Ace Jack, and I win another very small pot. And then another 30 minutes pass by, and I decide, you know what? I've had a good session. I've had some good profits. I didn't make the same mistake I made the previous session. I'm just going to get the heck out of here and turn my chips into cold hard cash. It was a 3-hour session. In for 300, out for 745 for a profit of $445. Thank you so much for watching. Kato out.